Welcome to video 3 of a 3-part series. We are diving into some marketing tips to help the small business owner kind of tackle their marketing and make 2025, the end of 2024, even better. So if you have not watched it yet, there are 2 other videos that go with this. You can watch them in any order. So you can find those on my YouTube channel with We Can Make That. And I'm excited to jump into this one. I think this is kind of a common thread, a common topic for small business owners is there's just so many shiny objects that how do you stay organized in the years? And as you start to dive into it, to get deeper into the year, it kind of feels like it even gets harder. So how are we going to cage that squirrel? The first thing I want to talk about is, do you find it hard to stay inspired? So as the year goes on and you feel like you're just busy with all those tasks that business owners have to do and marketing specialists have to do, does it feel like it's hard to stay kind of on that path you should be? Or it's the opposite, where there's just too many shiny objects like a squirrel. So I had to throw a cute little squirrel in here. And it's common that we end up down that path where we're just chasing all those things that we think is the next best thing that's going to help our business. And then we're struggling with consistency and organization. And that's leading so many of us to burnout. So I wanted to dive a little deeper and give you guys some tools or some paths, checklists that you can use to help combat that. So try batching content with theme weeks. We've heard about batching content probably before, but if you do it with a theme week, you're going to pick one theme for each week. You can repeat them as necessary. If you have the planner, we do have 2 separate pages full of worksheets where you can map these out. But by keeping those theme week, you're going to have prompts already set to keep your creativity flowing and the process flowing. It's going to help it look a lot better. So with that in mind, what does that, so like I said here, what does that actually look like as a business owner when you sit down and do some work? One of the things I want you to do, I want you to grow by those leaps and bounds like this little squirrel is here. So in order to do that, you need to know where you were and where you're going. So if you're just showing up every day and you're like, I think I sold some things, or I think some people grabbed my download, I believe somebody signed up on my email list. Like if you're not tracking where those people are coming from, what kind of things are they doing when they get into your bucket? It doesn't have to be so overwhelming that you need to know every minute of every hour where every click they made. If that's you, then go for it. But the bigger picture is, where are you posting? Are they coming from there? Are they getting to know you more as a brand? That kind of thing. So we want you to track it as a business owner. And I like to do this with the CEO date. So I have a CEO date mapped out. You can see all the steps in the course that comes with the planner, but it will help you decide what you should be working on. And then it'll help you see why you should be working on that, because it'll show you where your people will coming from. And knowing that kind of information is going to really help keep those squirrels in check. The next thing is, you're going to stay more motivated by checking in to see what's growing. So it helps our brain see the progress and makes it more believable. So if you have not done this adventure before, if you have a new big, huge goal that you're trying to reach, and your brain is maybe coming up with all these ways why it wouldn't work, and then you're listening to all the things in the media these days and telling you that, nobody's spending money and blah, 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 and all this stuff. And then pretty soon you're kind of just overwhelmed. But if your brain can look at these stats and say, okay, look at how much I've grown since last month. Look at how much I've grown since last year. Maybe it's not financial, but maybe it's, look at how my people are growing. So people are watching me, and I just have to dive into how to convert them. So again, if you're coming back to the data and you're looking at these things as a business owner and seeing what makes sense, and then again, when you can see it, your brain is going to say, okay, I do know it's believable. I've seen it. We're going to keep going. And then you've got that kind of cold, hard facts right in front of you. And the other thing I love to talk about when trying to detract from those shiny objects is, if you look back and identify what's working, it's going to help you be more productive. So when I first started out, I did not enjoy blogging. It was not my favorite thing to do. I was always like, I can't write. I'm really good with graphics, but I cannot write words. And the more I got into it and the more I used it as a tool to grow my business, I was surprised on how many more people it brought to me, how much more traffic it brought to me. And as I perfected my method with it, I really started to enjoy doing it. So it was no more trying to chase all those other shiny objects, because I could look at the stats, I could see where they were coming, and I knew why they were coming there because I worked on my SEO and I worked on getting people over to my website platform. And then I could see the buckets where I had these financial goals start to fill up faster. So it made the stuff that I was doing every day more worth my time. And then not only that, but it kept me inspired. So seeing those really helped me put that, I don't know, it was just like facts in front of me. And it wasn't just like this was a dream. So these are just a couple quotes I wanted to share that other people who have used the planner for this type of method with me, they said this planner removes so much overwhelm with their social media management, and it thought of everything for an entrepreneur. So we really do have all the small business kind of buckets that you should be filling, checks that you should be checking off every month. And then we organized them in a way that if you're new to marketing or new to business, they're really easy to follow. So I just wanted to share a little bit about that. But the planner itself that I use to track all this stuff and that I use to lay this out, when I'm talking about these CEO dates, there is a worksheet that goes with it and training modules. So if you're thinking, I don't even know what to look at, I don't know where to go to look at this stuff, we're going to give it all to you with this one $45 course and planner. So you get to pick from a printed one or a downloadable one. We have limited shippable ones. So if you get a spiral bound, we have a limited quantity of those. Or you can do the downloadable one, but they all come with instant access to the free course. And the free marketing course is about $300 value, and it's kind of like having a new marketing specialist on your staff, but for a much, much lower price. So with that, what is included if you jump into the planner, you'll get the free marketing course, which has tons of modules that will walk you through if you're a new user, or if you're new to marketing, or if you have been using marketing for a while. It kind of helps dive a little deeper and tie it just to your business. So I do some one-on-one examples in there to help you relate with it, but then there's also lots of trainings and stuff in there. And then the planner itself, like I said, it's digital printable version or a shipped version. And then there's also a pathway in there to help you keep on track. So you can go back and look at where you feel like you're at in business and see where you are in the path and then what you should be working on next. So if you order now, you can find them at wecanmakethat.me/planner. And I will put the link with this video, but don't forget to watch the other 3 videos that come with this series, this 3-part series. I wanted to kick this off before Black Friday as we were all thinking about the sales and the productivity and stuff we were going to be having this week. I thought it would be a good time to kick it off. If you have any questions, please drop them below with this video. I'd be happy to come back and answer them. And I hope that you have a great end to 2024 and an amazing 2025.